It just happens to happen. What is it? CKQ at 9:36. That just happens to happen. CKQ. We're about to mix a lot. About to mix a ton. About to be mixing. Oh, I'm about to pass it. Here's the basie. Oh my. Already getting to the basie. I don't know anything about mixology. Is that what this is called? Mastering mixology? Hey, where do you think you're going? I wanted to see what's down these stairs. We are the Alchemical Society, and those stairs lead to our lab and production facilities. I'm actually quite skilled in herb lore. Would it be possible for me to join? Are you? And as if I'm like supposed to be reading this all. Well, we're always looking for new members, provided they have the aptitude needed. In that case, head on in and talk to the supervisor, Olalo. He'll show you how everything works. Alright, I'm not so scared now. It's already like, he's comforting me. And that's all I had to do. I just had to get welcomed. What's this? Tightly locked, but it has a ring-shaped indent on the front of it. Okay. Here's the supervisor. Hey, supervisor. Those goggles look familiar. As if, but like half of them. No. Alright, I've not seen your face before. Given they let you come down here, I'm assuming you've been allowed to join the Alchemical Society? That's right. Well, in that case, just through there is the lab we use to produce potions in the kingdom. For the kingdom. However, before you head in there and get started, there are a couple things to note. First, I can see you are not from around here, so I'll point out that Lamorian alchemy is a little different from the druidic herb lore that you'll be familiar with. Yeah, we did learn the herb lore from the druids. So, how so? We discovered that the majority of the herbs in the world can be broken down into 3 alchemical reagents: mox, aga, and lye. Well, there you go. When mixed in the correct way, these 3 components produce drastically different results. As such, in the lab, you will be using these components to create various potions. What potions do I need to make? That depends. Decisions pending. We get orders in from across the kingdom. You'll need to keep an eye out for what potions are currently desired and ensure you're making the right ones. So I can't just be willy-nilly, huh? Now, as you produce these potions, you'll collect resin from each of the 3 reagents. This resin will demonstrate how well you've worked and can be traded in for some rewards. Right, that covers the basics. You can head in and get started now if you want, but first I'd suggest we do a quick rundown of the step-by-step process you'll need to follow. I'm sure I can work it out. Very well. Listen closely. I click the, do my own, not do my own, the tutorial. Start by breaking down herbs or unfinished potions over at the refiner. This will give you your reagents: mox, agate, and lye paste. The type you get will depend on the quality of what you put in. Insert the paste into the hopper and it will become available to use in the mixer. From there, you'll need to pull the mixer levers to create the right combinations of reagents. But how do I know what the combinations are? Have a look on the bookshelf for a book of lab notes that'll give you formulas for various products. To know what needs making, you'll need to check the order list. There will always be 3 orders to choose from. You can work on just one of them or multiple, it's up to you. Just be aware that demand shifts fast here. Every time you fulfill 1 or more orders, a new set will come through. Now, once you have set your desired combination of reagents, collect the unfinished mixture from the mixology vessel. This will then need to be processed on one of the 3 tables to finish it off. The alembic will crystallize the mixture. The agitator will homogenize the mixture. And finally, the retort will concentrate the mixture. The retort? What's a retort? We're going to be using it a lot here, so we're going to figure it all out, trust me. After processing, placing your finished mixtures on the conveyor belt and move on to the next set of orders. What if I get an order wrong or am unable to fulfill any of the orders? We always have need for spares, so fulfilling an incorrect order will still grant you a small reward and will refresh their orders. One final thing to mention, we have some digweed growing in the lab. These rare herbs will occasionally come into maturity for a short period of time. Harvest them while you can. Mixing some into your product will increase its potency and grant you bonus rewards. Bonus rewards? That's right, as you produce potions, you'll find yourself collecting 3 types of resins. The types obtained depend on what reagents are used, with the quantities being determined by the complexity of the potion. Potions using digweed will reward additional resin, as will handling in multiple potions in one go. Or handing in multiple potions. As will handing in multiple potions in one go. Got it. Handing in or handling? Handing in was made more sense, but my handling was handed in. Got it. So refine herbs, deposit into the hopper, mix some products, process them, and then throw them on the conveyor. Seems easy enough. Yeah, basically, huh? Alright, let's get some digweed. Should be ready. No, it's not ready. Is there a certain word? I mean, I guess it wouldn't make sense, but it makes sense. Alright, so where do we get the paste? Where do we get the stuff? Where do we get the goods? Other than the digweed on the floor, right? Hello there. I'm on duty, so you need to make this quick. Alright, I'm downloading a plugin to see if that helps. Can I exit this potentially? Or no? There. There. Alright, so wait a second. Excuse me. I'm already mastering the mix. I was thinking just before hopping on that I'm gonna need to be sober for some of this stuff. Like, dang, like I need to get sober for some of this stuff. So so we need 2 AAAs. You don't currently have enough. You need 30 aggro. No, how do I get this? Hold on a second. Don't we need to have herbs in the first place? Do we need to come here with herbs? Let me talk to this supervisor again. Holy smokes. Dude. Alright, listen closely. Okay. Refiner. No. Okay, and then hopper. And then pull the mix. We were super winging it. That's all. Operate the refiner. You're not carrying any clean herbs or unrefined potion. You have the process. Am I supposed to have like a little startup here? I'm serious. Let's see. Should I be buying all of these herbs? Like a surplus of these herbs? How does it work? Holy smokes. I just realized it's kind of got expensive. Yeah, I'm about to leave. I'm about to log off. Alright, very well. Listen closely. let's see. It says here. Okay. I'm feeling lucky. Alright, here we go. No. 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 Alright, Alright, let's go get some, damn, we don't have anything to TP, nothing like that. Amateur. And that was probably even worse for me. I think. We're a Draenor village all of a sudden. At least brought something. Should I put the mixed notes in the bank? Trying to reinvent, trying to reinvent. How to reinvent. Reinvent. How to reinvent. Oh, am I supposed to reinvent these into the ear? Oh. Yeah. Just got super quiet. I can't even hear myself think. Or I can extra hear myself think. I can overhear myself think now. No, I want to hear the outside of the nature of reality. What the heck? I'm putting those away. I'm putting those away quick. Do we put the dirty stuff? Or the clean? This is a waste of time. Am I even doing this right? Holy smokes, that stuff is expensive. We're about to, make profit though. We're about to churn this, right? As they say. How much profit are we trying to churn here? I guess if I was real smart, I'd start this at like the farm. Farm to lab. You know what I'm saying? So I've been contemplating. I don't have much time, and with the lack of time, you just want to gotta wing it sometimes. You kind of gotta just wing it sometimes.
I see you smiling.
Yeah. That's the good thing about time. If I yawn, I mean, I get sort of like push that away a bit. But that's like it's been over 6 years back in the apartments, waking up and learning all that back then. You know, and then for the laser to pop up this year, coincidentally after like a laser to pop up like this year. I mean, I didn't want to have to like, you know, tie things in like that, but come on. Give me my last fuel, Vanto. Come on. Come on. Come on. 11 more. There's just 11 more. That's it. Just 11 more. Just 11 more. Let's go. I'm getting trolled. That's like the items that have been up here just trying to sell on the auction for over an hour now. I got a black mask. I did, let's see, how many cave horrors did I do? I didn't do too many. I did one round of them, I think. I killed 71 cave horrors. And I got me a black mask. Some odd things have happened. Oh, I guess the whole introductory. I've been leveling up the account. Off video, off the record. I got 50 Mortimer tasks done. But I started like cheating, you know what I'm saying? Like going with the crawling hands. I did get a crawling hand and a cockatrice head. I don't know what that is for. What's that? Is that like the crawling hand? Let's look that up. Yep, you stuff that bad boy. I got the crawling hand. At first I thought it was like a pet, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, sweet, my first pet. I like, yeah, for the taxidermist. Yeah. And then like the banshees, and the pyre fiends. A lot of them. 50 tasks is you know, it's kind of a lot. Let's see how many totems we have. 4 complete, and we're working on the 5th one for the base. The basey. Or we have the 5th one for the basey. 13 ancient shards. That's a lot of ancient shards. 13 of them. Holy smokes. Hey. What else did we do? Not much. The last task was Bloodveld. What a slow task that was, but that was the last task. So like, we at least did we kind of got locked up. Like, there was nothing else to do. Almost 10 million gold made from neckies. That's wild, if you ask me. But realistically, 600k of that. The 82 rune axes we didn't pick up, and also 1 point, like the ashes we didn't pick up. But the rune shields we picked up for sure. That's 2 mil. The helmets we picked up. It's a little bit below a mil. And the runes, lots of runes. You know, numbers can lie. No, not really though. Like I said, the rune axes and the ashes, that's like a solid 2 mil right there. But the neckies, dang, really showing their strength. Did this buy? Did this actually? Can I? Thank you, 11. Perfect. I kind of flipped out at the black mask though. Like it was the one cave horror that I decided to do, and it paid off pretty good. Although it's still sitting there in the GE, nobody wants to buy it. I wonder what the drop rate on that thing is. Probably not, like, should we look it up? Oh, it's not too bad actually. I was thinking like a 500 chance, like 1 in 500. I didn't want to be like lowballing it like that though. I was either thinking that or 1 in 1,000. But so cave horrors, we should probably do that then, huh? Well, we just got lucky. That's how we got lucky. Alright, so we're at the refiner now. Let's refine this stuff. Hopefully we bought the right herbs. I have a habit, especially making potions. I've just got the wrong stuff. That's a bad habit. Oh, looky here. We got the mox paste. Sweet. I wonder if we could have bought mox paste. No. Okay, that's good. Now we're just about to refine the heck out of this, I think. Jeez. I was having some crazy deja vu the last few days. Deja vu is always weird though, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's gonna take a long time to refine this stuff, I think. We get 420 paste after a full operation. Let's see if that varies any. Plus or minus 15%. Well, it looks like it's pretty consistent so far. You get lots of time to think here. The operation at the refinery, at the auto paste. I think I'm just gonna refine all of them. Just, you know, I got 1,000 of each, and just, you know, refine each, and then use all the paste, I guess, you know, and then do like rinse and repeat, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Committed is what they call it. Some people, well, at least I've seen, have troubles with it. Big issues. Even at times potentially runs back to it, which is confusing to me, and maybe to others too, most, I'm sure. But hey, everyone's got their poison. Alright, so if I get 15 per, and I had 1,000 each, that's what, 15,000 paste? Let's just check this. I don't like how math works like that. That's like a 420 effect. Doing 15,000 divided by 15, you get 1,000, but 15,000 divided by 420, well, and now it's not an even. Missing 300. Where does 300 go? Where does that go? Or I guess 120. Is that a better way to look at it? Where does 120 go? 90, 105, right? 120. Where does it go? Because realistically, it's only 120, right? Because we have 300 remainder, so we just need 120 to make another 420, right? I don't know. I just like saying right. No. Alright, maybe I put in the headphones in now. I don't know, why does that not make sense in my brain? That would be 1,008. 8 times 15. I had to use a quick calculator on that, jeez. My math is... I've had dreams about magic schools. Hey, it is what it is. I'm over here I'm pushing my message now. Oof. I mean, I'm only going to be able to say so much on certain topics before, like I said, it's like just, I'm yawning just thinking about it. Stack up the to-do list, I guess. I'll have it eventually, you know. I talked about the laser, right? I did talk about the laser. Yeah, that was the newest thing, I guess. Oh my gosh. Did I talk about the dreams where I was in different mental health facilities? I had this one dream last night. There was this serpent. It was crazy. I thought it looked vicious. It looked really vicious. But it seemed friendly. It was flying by me. Now, thinking back to the dream, I can't remember if I was flying or if I was in the water. Because just the way, like if you ever played Rocket League, and you focus lock on the soccer ball, and your camera is just viewing the thing. I had my camera locked on this serpent, and oof. What else was there? The serpent was nice colors, some vibrant colors. But I'm pretty sure there was two. I'm pretty sure there were two. But like I said, felt like it was vicious and gonna rip me to biddies. But ended up just gently brushing right past me. And I can't remember if last night was also the dream where I was like out in the ocean with the paddleboard, and I was like sort of like feeling, because if that was, and that was like probably the dream that was leading up to the serpent. But dang, that was a weird one. Then there was one where I don't know. There was either it was either a spacecraft in the sky, or it was like an astral body. Is that the right term? Like a planet? But it was sort of like the moon. Like if you ever seen the moon in the daytime, but like you're seeing it also like at nighttime when it's glowing at you, and then you get to see like the whole transition from it glowing at nighttime to like it being like translucent in the daytime. It was something in the sky. Me bringing the moon in like sort of layers the dream. But it kind of felt like it was a moon, but it also felt like it was a craft because of how it moved. But I don't know what it was. It was in the dream. The serpent was wild though. Like, ooh. And I almost forgot about that one. I didn't write that one down. I remembered that one earlier today. Like that one was interesting. For sure interesting. Had like the like is that like stereotypical? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know, like what's it called? Like body part name wise. I started seeing a conspiracy. Now, I never knew about this conspiracy, but a conspiracy on dinosaurs were invented to cover up dragons and stuff like that. I never knew of this conspiracy, but I mean that'd be wild. I have dreamed of dragons though. I've dreamed of dragons. I've dreamed of flying as a dragon. And then like last night, the serpent. That was a new one. But I've also dreamed of some weird underwater creatures as well. Some very, very big, very, very big, very scary, large underwater creatures. Don't want to lose your breath on these ones. Want to make sure you're holding it tight. Yeah. But that's like going through the dream, sort of unconscious. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things you gotta do. Yeah. We're still pasting down the marks. There were a few things I wanted to talk about, but I didn't write them down again. I'm not going to get into that habit of writing them down. At least not in the current. Not right now. Not right now. Maybe at a later date. Potentially I could see that. But that would be really devoting my time to this, you know what I'm saying? I started looking at that. There's only so much time in a day unless you're just really cheating. I mean, how? That goes into a whole nother line of things, though, how long do you want your days really to be? So I've been tampered with that stuff, not at all. Although when I was having the dreams where I'm closing my eyes and I'm actually timing it on the clock, I'm seeing only 5 minutes passed and I just had a dream. Those things are odd. Those things are very odd. And that's before the lights behind the eyes just lit up and I'm just closing them, open them, closing them, open them, closing them. I can imagine when I get good at this, I'll be able to, I mentioned, doing a little drawing test again, just test my drawing skills. I'm sure people have gotten good at this and just don't say anything because they see well, not much about this is talked in reality, and I don't even want to Google it. Don't let me not even Google this stuff. God bless. What was I saying again? I'm serious though, 100%. There's something about Googling something. I got calluses from the paddle boarding. I'm paddling a little bit too aggressive. Call me a liar. Look at that. I want to say I'm an aggressive An aggressive. I'm an aggressive. Paddleboarder. 8 ancient shards from Neckies. Holy smokes. They put in the 1,500 of them, a little bit under. They put in the consistent GP. You know, I should have fasted today. I should have fasted all the way. I should have. But instead, I had a salad with 2 pieces of chicken. There's chicken legs. Bok bok. I think tomorrow. What was on the menu? Oh, pork, sauerkraut, pork ribs. Sauerkraut, pork ribs, I mean, that's an alright dish. If you like the flavor. And flavor aside, the bones, if you know you're not careful picking properly and cooking, like, and then properly, you know, picking and making sure you're, you know, you can get bones in that. And like, you could be, you know, going for a nice boneless, you're thinking it's a nice boneless bite, and the first like crunch is a nice, like, you know, piece of baby back pork rib. And not to laugh, because it's happened many times. And the sauerkraut pork ribs isn't one of those dishes that I'm like, we're having sauerkraut pork ribs. It might be actually something that I just fast through. But I mean, like, sauerkraut pork ribs, it's just sauerkraut and pork ribs. That's there's, you know, you can add a little bit of seasoning to it, but basically, like, the salt and pepper afterwards is like what you fix up yourself. It's super easy, but that's, like I said, if you even like sauerkraut, because all it is sauerkraut and pork ribs. It's super simple, but it gets the job done. Talk about like one of those secrets, one of those secret easy recipes. Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Just give away that stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure maybe people, well, looking at the builds today, nowadays, no, I'm just joking. Jeez. Just some sauerkraut and pork ribs. I mean, what are you gonna say, that the pork's too much? Or put the pork's too much? Can't do the pork. If I had to do hot dogs and sauerkraut, or sauerkraut and pork ribs, honestly, they're on the same. Um, recently, we've been doing hot dogs and sauerkraut for New Year's. um, and but that'll be like a like the bachelor's hookup. Like that won't be like a dinner specialty. That'll be like, you know, as it's, you know, midnight snack time. So they can stay there, like, sauerkraut and hot dogs can stay for like just a, one-off happy. But the sauerkraut and pork ribs, that's more of a any time of the year. Like it's hot, and we're about to do that tomorrow. But that's also a dish that you can have when it's nice and cold outside. So it's in any time of the year. But comparing them, side by side, they can both stay on the same. I would rather throw those ribs on the smoker and have it that way. And we have everything to do it too. But instead we're gonna crock pot them with the sauerkraut. Gulp, 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 gulp. It is what it is. It's all right. Like beans and ham hocks though. I like me some beans and ham. I'll eat beans and ham hock. I'll eat beans and ham hocks over sauerkraut and pork ribs. Although sauerkraut and pork ribs, I'm not gonna deny it. And in consideration of like a being healthy, I'm not gonna say it's like one of the worst things you could ever eat. It's just sauerkraut and pork ribs. You can put some rice under it. You can like throw some butter on it, but that's all like extra stuff. That's all extra stuff. A veggie, what are you gonna do? Like a can of green beans? God bless. Like be realistic. It's sauerkraut and pork ribs. Having a veggie with that is like kind of unheard of to begin with. I think. I don't know. That is the veggie. The sauerkraut is the veggie. Don't ask me about multiple veggies and get me confused. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That's just one of those in the simple things, I guess, huh? I'll make it seem like it's one of those. No. But I've had it more times than the amount of bones and baby back ribs in a whole rack. Two of them. Boom. How about that? I don't know. I don't even know how many bones are in a whole rack of baby back ribs. I'd say at least 12. At least. Well, yeah, 12 seems like a good number. 10 to 13. When I was thinking about that, 12 started to seem like a little bit of a stretch, I'll be honest, but hey. But just thinking about, like, because, you know, 3 and then, like, 3, and, like, I'm already like, but that's like, you know, that's only 6. It would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I mean, I did some some off calculations, but 10 to 13. Okay, I'll give it that. Not off calculations, but like I started the rib size here, but then ended the rib bone size there at like the 12. That's what I was meaning. Like you couldn't even see me counting, I don't think, but that's what happened visually. Whoa, I'm getting a lot more aga paste. Whoa, I wasn't even doing. Let's see how much we're getting for 40. 40 times 28. I can't do it that quick. I mean, I have it like that, but what would it be? 28 times 4. 8 times 32, right? Yes, and then 28 forward 28 forward 28 4 1120. Oh, what? No. I don't know. Let's see, 28 times 4. That's the 112. But that was 1120. What was the trick that we figured out? I already forgot that trick, dang. If we can do 28 times 10, 280, and then add that with 840, then we can get there. I think your math is off just a little bit, not mine. I keep double checking mine, and I don't want to get into too, like, if I get too heavy, the heavier I go, like, the thicker it's gonna have to, like, be put on. Like, you're not gonna want it too thick. So now we're at 40,000. If we're getting 40 per, is that how that math works out? 1,000 times 40, 40,000. Look at that math. That was a lot easier to work out. But now let's try this. 40,000. 1,120. It was 1,120, right? Yeah. Same number. Same thing. Alright guys, I'm gonna close my eyes while I make this deal because I know it's a little stingy, but Hopefully I can still at least try and put this on the table for you. Now that I've shown you that the second batch you're getting an equal amount when you divide it. I'm gonna offer you to take, maybe I'll pay double of the first batch, and I'll just take 1.5 of the second batch. Oh God. Alright, my eyes are good. I can open back up. And then we'll just leave the missing. What would it be? You got 10K just missing. Is that what it is? Or realistically, it's like with 20. We got a whole batch on the table, huh? Because if this is making like double, like +5. Wait, no. Is making double? Yeah, play him. I was playing with half already, and then I'm also playing with half already. That's like playing with half already. But I've already explained everything. So let me add it all back up together because I don't have anything like on the sheet, training me. I'm just messing with my brain, entertaining. God bless entertainment. Free entertainment. The joys. I got past that quick, but 15 that's 30, and then you still have 10. So the 5, I guess, on the table would be if you offered a whole nother offer again. Because you got behind. You got so behind. You need one more offer? I'll make the deal a lot sweeter for you. It'll round those numbers out. You can visualize it, I swear. And when you divide it, it'll still equal out. That's just the catch, huh? I'm always stuck in these theoretical ones. Economy's a lot different. People apparently used to get caught up on like Truman armor or something like that. Like, these are the sort of things you have to worry about in this economy. Talked about the spy crowd walking. Holy. Don't talk about that. We still don't know the numbers. We still don't know how much exactly. We still don't know how much is really been affected. I can just imagine like the servers just put a mod or two on there. You don't even need to. No, just God bless. Well, I guess that's a trade server, right? Like, they're not exactly officialized, or they weren't at the time, I don't think. The official trade server? I don't think so. That's messed up. And that's why you don't gamble. And that's why you tell mommy and daddy all of what their credit cards being used for. I just wanted to test it. There's nothing. I mean, what? I don't know what. I don't know what. What are you gonna say? Yeah, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say nothing. I'm about to get off of this thing. Maybe I'll hit myself with a fan and recuperate. Boom. That's how it's done. Stick around, okay? Wait, what did I started this doing mixology, didn't I? And I haven't even gotten any mixology really done. God bless, this has not been really efficient. I am getting a ton of pace though. Should I talk about my skills? I only got to level 82 Slayer. Like, that's good, but wow, did it take a lot longer than I thought. Now I got Mortimer to where, you know, he's offering Slayer increased XP. So that's good, right? I think that's good. To extend those, I would imagine. Makes sense to extend those. Almost level 96 magic. 75% of the way. I mean, to me, that's almost like. Definitely casted a lot of spells over in Neckies. Lots of spells. It was either herblore or rune crafting. Or agility. That's what I feel like leveling. Just a little bit, not too much. But I started looking at those crystal shards. It's better just to get the set, right? Or just buy the set, or get the bow, like 2,000 shards for the bow. Like you can't really like go around that, can you? I don't think so. That's a lot of shards. Holy smokes.
All you gotta do is turn off the water.
Alright, I can do that.
That's all you gotta
Is it over at the lemon one right now?
do. Yes, it's a big treatment. Alright, we'll see you in the morning sometime.
Sounds good. Alright. Cheers. If you only knew. Hey, what's that forming on the back? I'm wondering. Is that like a little lazy? Is let me not like. Let me scratch just to see. I don't want to get confused. I don't think there's no mosquito bites here. Hush, hush. Oh, nothing's going on. Just another normal night. Nothing out of the usual. It's all normal over here. especially after like years have accumulated its normalcy. I'm full normal. I'm like over normal. Over normally full. Especially when I have to close my eyes and talk. That's like extremely, extremely normal. Should I try and make this one normal? Or maybe I just got it to click. Let's try. I thought maybe it even. No. I thought it did give like a little bit of a. No, this thing was DOA basically. Remember when I was talking about like flipping Nexa upside down? Vixen? Like they even kind of got it written like that, right? I mean, like that's like one of the main brands they have in the smoke shop now. Like, what am I gonna do? You know? I'm just gonna stop smoking is what I'm gonna do. Plus I don't. Testing, 1 2 1 2. This is the same guy that had asthma when he was young, but all of a sudden, like after a little bleach, no. Yes, it is. Yeah, I remember it like yesterday, actually, matter of fact. The whole wheeze, potentially I have that ack in like the bag, like sandbagging it too. If I ever need to pull that out for you. You want the whole demonstration? the full air passage blockage. What the heck in Who knows? Maybe I was just making weird sounds as a kid. But it sure was difficult to breathe. We're chopping this pace down as fast as we can. So at the end of selling everything, we're at 14 mil GP. For 7 mil in chinchompas. Way too many chinchompas. Red chinchompas too. Yeah. Crazy. Is this digweed ever gonna grow? I wonder if it grows only when we're mixing. I'm 100% sure. Why is that at 65%? I feel like that's gone down. It's charging. I was just thinking of, I was looking at like, device health. Thinking like, well, I feel fine to stay up tonight, but the devices? Maybe. I feel like the phone's about to tip over the phone. Let me fix that. Should we say a little prayer here? Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this time here today and in previous days, and also potentially going into the future. I'm gonna need your strength ahead in this night, especially with a lack of sleep comes potentially a lack of clear vision, and monsters can appear and hinder I want to say comprehension and also clarity, but those were two words that didn't exactly have the same sort of if it was a fork in the road, they didn't exactly draw to a point, if that makes sense. It wasn't a V, if that makes sense. At least not for me. It didn't come from like the same tree, if that made sense. So give us strength on tonight's little journey where we mix a lot. And yes, it is a long prayer here. It's gonna be a long night, and hopefully whatever shapes break, we're able to repair with your given strength. Amen. Alright, it's as easy as that, I think, right? Basically. And I feel a lot more awake now, too. If what happened in March at least gave something, it was to see past the shadows and look at more of life. Something that can cast a shadow but still hold up its frame. You know? I won't take it too far back. We're worried about tonight. That's where we're getting our strength at. Plus this whatever flying critter, he's got two little antennas that are like they have little. Those can't be his eyes. But two little antennas with like balls on the ends of them. It looks like. And it's not a piece of lint either. It's an actual living, you know. It looks like it flies, but yeah, his wings are, you know, his wings are tucked. He's got a longer body, almost like the size of a mosquito. But it doesn't look like a mosquito. Well, it kind of does look like a mosquito, but I don't see like mosquito tendencies. I don't see a mosquito sac, a mosquito needle. And he's kind of just staring at me. You see him right here? Kind of just staring at me. That's like when you hold hands in a prayer, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna get, he, she, it thing, the animal, insect, bug, critter, is also sharing on that strength from the prayer. That's the pre-potion to the master in mixology. I wanted to say more, but basically what we need for tonight is what we said. So I won't go double dipping. Hey, I've never been one to pray like that. So me recording, it's been a new habit that started to form. I think we've spent already a good hour at the refiner. Is that how long we've been here, or less? I feel like we've been here for at least 30 minutes, at least. We're working on the last pace, the lab pace, but dang, is this that's slow. When I was reading the thing on the internet, it said like 4 minutes of operating this thing, and I should be good. I don't know if I read that right, but it's been a lot longer than 4 minutes, that's for sure.
I turned that off so you don't have to.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you. Legend. Let's do again. The Alchemist Signet. Got the Alchemist Signet? Dude, no way. Yeah, it dropped. Just for me. I'll open up a chest, that's right. I mean, we're here, right? It's somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Oh, I climb upstairs. Wait, no, that's back up to the entrance. Don't go to the light, not like that. That is another reason that, you know, I'm just drawn to the mastering mixology right now. I got the Signet. What you know about the Signet? What are the mysterious pages do? Need to figure this out. Alrighty. It's a lot of moon. A lot of grinding. It's a lot of pasting away. say the following 30 added. No, I definitely have 30 added on me. I'm pretty sure I see all of them in inventory. I got deposited the hockey, right? So. And we can mix up 2 at a time, right? We probably should be doing this, right? Or 3. And you do all 3 at a time. And then like this and out. 2 triple A's and 1 all. And we put it in the agitator. And we get in. Look at all of you get in there. All of you get in there. Wait a second. There's 3 spots for it. Why did only 1 get in? Now what do I do next? That's it? Fulfill the order. Sweet. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I Mal, Allah, and Mo. And Mo. Boom. You know, I think I like the mixology thing. It's pretty chill. Done. It's easy. I guess that does make sense too. Huh? There's only 1 little mixer at the agitator, but there's, you know, there's 3 cup and balls. If only we could master this mixology to a point where they're all getting good. Wait, what did I do wrong here? What do I need to do to this? Do I need to retort it? I need to... What did I do wrong? Should I get another one? M. Yeah, I did do that one. I guess. Yeah, this is pretty fun. Actually, getting into the minigame. Before it was kind of like, I'm just over there operating the refinery. Lip Lac Liquor, Azure Ara Mix, Aqua Lux Amalgam. Cool names. Why do they get to cling, but I can't? Why can they cling, but I can't cling? Oh my god. I feel like this got out of hand a little bit, maybe. Mega Light Liquid, Mystic Mana Amalgam, and then the Azure Ara mixes back. Did I talk about the spiritual stuff hitting me over the head as well? Not just the laser, but the spiritual stuff as well. Just the random ghost in the shadow being able to bonk me. Bonk da. Gotcha. You know, just random stuff like that. Did I talk about that or not? Marley's Moonlight. Gotcha. Alco augmentator. Anti-leech lotion. That's all you'll need. So do I get refunded reagents? What do I even get for mixing up orders, potions? Let's see. No, I got XP. No, I got rewarded stuff, I guess. Mix a lot. No. I mean, it would be nice if at least some of the stuff that happened to me was things that I could, you know, actually approve on paper sort of thing. Uh, 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 help me make a technology with this at least. Help me sell this somehow. The mixology is a lot easier than I thought it was. Thank goodness. It's true. Hey, the digweed's done. What do we do with this? got 3 Marley's Moonlight. It looks like they're all done at different stations. If that's what that means. I'm about to check it out right now. Looks like it. Oh, this just messed me all up. Thought it would be smart, but instead it was, just throwing jamming things without my approval. I was seeing what needed to go into the mixing table. I've mixed enough, not a lot, but enough. But the game wanted to just jam whatever it thought was ready to go into the table, which was the wrong stuff. So now I have 3 total potions that are just the wrong mix. That's the 3rd time I've made this error. I have 3 too many. I haven't mixed a lot, but I've mixed enough. I guess I can only hope that they come back later down the line. Definitely, basically, you got it. Should I try this? Nothing. The same error. Disgraceful. Probably was just making these as fast as possible just to write it off. I mean, I can only imagine, like, dang, what goes on behind behind the scenes sometimes. If it's possible, you know, and you can make if you can make a buck off of it, even if that means just wasting a bunch of crap, you know, but you're making money, right? Um, does the do the brewing companies do they have to go through that much, or do they get off too? I can only fudge. I mean, I don't know what else incentive they have, you know what I'm saying? Logistically wise, economically wise. Mammoth might mix. Interesting. We have 4 potions now, by the way, that just are being used currently. I'm not gonna stay here at Master in Mixology for too much longer, honestly. I mean, it's all right, but the XP, I already knew the XP wasn't gonna be like. I'm here for the necklace. What else would I be here for? The gear. Does the gear do something? So you know, I'm like half here, but half like wanting to leave already. We have over 1,000 rewards in each of them. I'm not sure how much it's because I think the necklace was in the 3,000s. This is IQ. No science is done without proper gloves. Yeah, I guess I. Oh, potion storage. That's cool. Store potions within a separate area of the bank. That's pretty cool. Alright, I guess we're gonna farm this for a bit. I'll be honest, I don't feel like talking. It feels like one of those watching the Invisible Watch again. Wondering, asking really just myself how it could be possible, how it could be really happening. If you're willing to take it to these degrees, after asking like for a few days, like what degree are we at? It's an interesting world where we live in. I would take what's been put down with like a grain of salt at least. Like when you're paying for things that just don't work, then, but you're like paying for things that just don't work, then you get it, right? Say cheese. It's gonna be on your permanent recce. Say cheese. Say cheese. Do you have any good justifiable reason to be pointing the laser at me like you did? Go ahead and tell everyone. On the record now. Oh, silence. The box is open if you want to hop in. Yikes. You know, like when they say sorry's not going to cut it, the laser almost cut it. Did FDA approve this for you as well? Who did you have to get sign off on that? I hope this world just isn't a bunch of just robots, I swear to God. Like the majority of it, you know, like the cluster of it. God, it's an odd place to live. It's an odd place to be. God bless. I mean, I'm sitting here wondering, you know, one foul move, one foul play, one dodgy step after another dirty, one smelly suspicion, and another pass down. Did you rush some of this stuff? Is that what it is? Were you crunched for time? I mean, getting hit with the laser is like is an all-time extreme, newfound. We'll keep that with the boy who cried out. At least with his salt and pepper sugar. Well, that's legit. At least with his shadow. A tactile hallucination list or whatever he keeps. At least with his Valentine's Day catheter. Oh yes, that'll help his mental health. Give him a Valentine's Day catheter. That's the brightest idea we've ever had yet. Matter of fact, promote him. Nothing. Nothing at all. A bad chip. A dried up coil. But tons of juice to go around. I mean, it's kind of like a salt and pepper sugar cigarette. You know, visually it looks beautiful. But the utility of it, it lacks fundamentals. It lacks usability. It wouldn't even be good in a dessert. Those pixie-like cigarettes that you got from the ice cream truck were way different. Those at least had genius. The salt and pepper sugar cigarette at the mental health facility is obviously just lack of authority, lack of responsibility, a lack of well, I'll just give you those kind of meet down at a B. I mean, a salt and pepper sugar cigarette, you gotta be joking me. It's a graveyard shift, and that's what you're thinking about giving someone? Do you sleepwalk in you flip the times table? Meanwhile, you're rolling up your own recipes? What he does with his spare time? Oh, the herb just dried. Whoops. That's unfortunate. It matured, but then it dried. I couldn't even mix up a full 3. God bless. I was getting hungry on the most coincidental times earlier today. Keep messing around, and I'll keep putting my time in every day. Honestly, we'll just move on to whoever pointed the laser at me for now, because whoever's in that sort of mental consciousness has to be on the same sort of wavelengths as salt, pepper, sugar cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were just one big happy showboat that loved to party with each other's you know. But hey, you know, everyone has their own cup of tea nowadays. That's not for me to judge. That's just for me to say, you disgusting mother. Hey, what happened to my leaf? Wait a second. Was I supposed to use it? Uh-oh. I know the one dried up, but this is potentially some of the worst XP that you can get in the game. Compared to what you can slam out by just making potions. Golly. It is kind of chillax though. Yeah, I don't know what I'll have to do, honestly. I mean, maybe it is a rich person's game currently, but as I slowly collect my poor folklore, I'll be able to turn the table swiftly. Like, I'll be able to say, well, that was a rich person's game before maturity. But now, past its honesty, you get to see a lot more clearly. Yeah. Like I said, arriving with a full diaper had to have been something. Let me see if these other two work. No. No. And let's cycle back to this one. The peach one tastes so good just by the air alone. Like it, goodness. Would you like another hour? One more hour? I don't know. I feel like I'm just, well, I mean, it's either this or just stay in bed until I get to a point where I'm like, okay, my body's hurting. I've been in bed for long enough, and I can actually get up now and at least try and do something. Body's hurting. But it's a fine, sweet mix between body hurting, shadows lurking, playing the same old rinse and repeat game 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm on my back, just forget about, what happens when I'm on my sides, and when I'm on my sides, forget about what happens when I was on my back, and by that time, a good hour or two has passed, and then I could rinse and repeat again. I'm not going to want to play this game, I'll tell you that much. After getting hit by the laser, I dropped 2 marches ago. This seems like one of those games where you could break something and don't know how to repair it. You know what I'm saying? Seems like one of those games where you're hoping that you know how to fix it when it's broken. Like if taking apart something till it doesn't work is your specialty. should I even be like saying these things into any particular direction? I mean, I got a lot of different stuff happening nowadays. You know what? Honestly, just categorize this under the boy who dies to the wolf. Doesn't cry about a wolf, just dies to the wolf. And then I guess might as well on the inner categories. You still put the original. You know, the one who cried about the wolf. Just for like old time's sake, for remembrance, for like for culture's sake, for a culture keepsake. Maybe honestly we're just waiting for more people to swallow the laser. Because I guess like the getting hit by the laser was just the scariest part. Swallowing the laser made it seem all so normal again. Like it made it seem like something that the body was supposed to be able to defend against. And like everything before was just like playing with my food again. But that was like energy and the dispersion of it. And now I'm not so tired and my bones crack a little bit differently now. I don't know. I'll blame those on coincidences too, though. Right? Right. Yeah, as they say, two can play this game. And with a two-player game comes one better. Normally one better than. No. All right, we're gonna quickly reclassify this as a team game. Everyone gets the participation ribbon in this team. So, is that right? Yeah. I didn't know. I guess I know now. So I guess we're just gonna have to equally share the damage of the laser the next time it comes around. Like the cycle of the sun. Like being in the solar system. What do you think? It's a team game. I'll warn you, it feels like you're being split in half. Hi, Shy. Hi, Grilly. That's the only thing I can really warn about. Yeah, you might smell a little burning. Yeah, you might feel the inclination to go splash yourself with some water. It's only gonna help for so long until the laser, sensations kick back up to full throttle. And that's that's if your body's lucky, because I don't know, it seemed like my body was lucky enough, because when it's only a first run, first test trial, a first go sort of thing, we only got X amount of data. When the data's so little, the amount of sets we can go from is far and few in between. So hopefully, if the laser is ramping up again on you after splashing and it wearing down, diminishing returns come back around, hopefully your body is doing like what mine was doing and preparing and prepping itself to eventually swallow the thing, to prevent further consumption of thyself. Hopefully. But again, with the data set being so minuscule, I only got so much to give you. Okay, Shy. I only got what I got, and I was over getting hit with the laser, that's for sure. I'm glad my body did what it did, autonomously. I didn't have to do no math calculations to tell it like when to hit the loop-de-loop on the track. Pure autopilot. I'm about to load up this Hopper game. Hopper the movie? Dang, what if that's possible? That might be possible to a degree, which is interesting. That's like 2 movies though with animal translation. Talking about translating a whole different language translation. Nice theme. I sense a theme. You know what's weird? The last time I got food stamps, they were able to see that I was no longer employed. They were able to see the last check amount that I got. But this time, I guess, like they weren't able to see. I don't know. It's just that's so confusing to me. I don't know. They sure didn't have a problem suing me. But you know, different entities. At least the lawyer gets to keep his job, I suppose. He's doing frivolous shit throughout his day. He's wasting so much freaking time, it's unreal. He, she, whoever it may be. They're definitely on the corporate grind right now. Oh my gosh. Looks like oh no. So the herb was matured, but then it just dried up. We missed it. Oops. I mean, honestly, like, I barely have $3,000 in the bank account. And that's just because I'm good at saving. Plus, I mean, I was paying off some of my debts. That's all, I mean, that's all I was doing. I was paying off my debts and saving. Yay! I feel so free! If that isn't the start of mental delusion, I don't know where you're gonna find help. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't find the V from a salt and pepper sugar cigarette and working just to pay off your debt, then I don't know where the mental delusion might meet again. I mean, working to work to have free time to have fun is like, that sounds fun. But working to work just to work, that sounds like just slavery with a different working name. Like just plain Jane, just call it what it is, right? Like that's not freedom. That's not freedom by any standard. That's jammed up into the slavery pen, like early before you even understand it. And you can't say if it's not broke, don't fix it, because there was a lot of broken things. But if it's broke and you don't fix it, but you just ignore it, it's like the same thing, right? All right, I had a good run. Yeah, I'm about to pack it up and give this to the dub that I'm gonna dub and give to the next one. Yeah, hopefully they can crack it all like I've managed to slightly. And I'll be still with my feet kicked up watching. Interesting enough how the roles still shift the same. Uh-oh. I think maybe I broke out of the non-mental delusion and I found a bunch of safe space. Let's hope this doesn't get claimed with the same shame of a name. Yeah, what am I just saying? I'm just wasting another like 40 minutes, so I can call it a night and feel better about my life. I can cope just a little bit stronger tonight. I'll know that the world knows a lot more even though we still know less about the laser that could potentially be there, and we know a lot more about mental health and actual mental health crises and people who like to start mental health shitstorms. So maybe we've learned a little bit more, and we can tell the difference now when we're abusing a 72-hour hold and when we're actually utilizing a 72-hour hold. Again, no, like I'm still gonna have to go to sleep and have my cold sweats. I'm still gonna have to go and get food stamps and well, if that even works out, I gotta get the box and get the last check requested again. Honestly, maybe I'll wait till AI potentially. Well, maybe that's like 5-10 years, even 20, maybe 30, maybe. Who knows? And that might be a pipe dream. That might be even more of a pipe dream than the pipe dream that I'm already pipe dreaming up. Because the pipe dream that I'm pipe dreaming up is actually, it has stability in actual reality, where waiting for something like that would be like an actual pipe dream, where like I have lasers beaming down on me, which an AI could potentially be controlling already. So you know. So like the pipe dream of all the pipe dreams, the ultimate pipe dream. Yeah. I don't know. I have a certain like tune in my head and I can't get it out. You know what I'm saying? It's the and it's so messed up too. Like at least like in chronological order. You know what I'm saying? If only that happened a little bit sooner. If only the events didn't pan out the way they did. if only it doesn't look so cover-uppy, you know? Alright, so then I guess I am a part of a bigger conspiracy than you want to admit. Or what else would it be, right? So then you do realize you are taking people's voices away from them, huh? So, like, when I take a puff of this, realistically, we need to be more Me Too enabling, less shaming. If you were enabled in a way to Me Too slam me, but also inform me of the possibilities, then you were flipping it like you should have, potentially. Like doing that quickly enough to still do a whole video production, a whole movie about it, you know? Like that's a new level. That's a whole different level. Like that's a production. That's a production. But that is only if I'm taking the directions and spinning them. Like honestly, you'd have to be in a different sort of mind to even do that in the first place. That's like, I guess, being into the mind in the first place that, like, me thinking about like the birds and the bees. Oh, you know, mommy, daddy, how was I made? You know, I didn't think, you know, mommy and daddy telepathically, you know, popped me out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not the first thing that just comes to mind. Like, yeah, mommy and daddy were telepathically conceiving me. You know what I'm saying? But that's like explaining the different layers of the birds and the bees. That's like the whole Santa Claus thing, if that makes sense. You know, as soon as they start getting a little bit too curious, you don't want that curiosity to just diminish, dwindle down to nothing. But also, you don't want to give them like the whole kit and caboodle. You know, the whole A to Z. Because it is an interesting little, you know, predicament that I guess I'm in. There is a whole school of thought of people that say, you know, the spiritual, Bluetooth hooking up, long distance. How long of distance do you want it to be? You know, there's a whole school of thought, and people believe that. But that's like I said, like, you know, these are the birds and bees. You know, when you first go waking up thinking about, you know, even asking these questions, you don't go thinking about doing that telepathically first. Let alone even having that design or theory, unless you were told, and unless you were like, you know, on that, you know, path in the first place. You don't go through life just thinking about that. let alone asking another person, like, did you just telepathically, like, are we like telepathically, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not a normal, like, 99% of the time, it's not a normal question that you'll be asking someone. Or someone will be asking you, at least. Maybe that's the question you're asking someone, but someone won't be asking that to you. If those are, like, the questions you're asking. Let alone someone asking those questions to you. At least in today's times, at least in today's world, at least in today's design. But like I said, there's a whole school of thought of people that believe in that stuff. And if I take my tactile hallucinations at a, just at a face value, a few steps back, potentially it is, someone else and not, 100% me. And there's a high potential. There is a high potential, especially with all the variables, There's tons of variables. Like this one potentially just activated. Just after every single try that I put in, one of the tries might be a success. Especially on the one that has already proven to work. Maybe one of these times. But yeah, I have that production like on the mind, like, what a production. I won't even go through like with the other side, because I mean that's like taking that back at least 6 years ago. Taking that back at least 6 years ago. If you want to drag it out that long, then either I don't belong, you don't belong, you forgot how long, you know how wrong. There isn't no right. You only knew. Don't even like. I'm not even gonna say you only knew. Here, let me put these words in the mouth for you. Yeah, it's a great idea. The good old get out of jail free card, as they call it, so classically. No, I'm not looking for, none of that. Fudge. I started worrying to myself, thinking like, well, what if the people, like, what if they take it to the people? And what if the people are just thinking I'm not in my right mind anymore? And the people are just looking for someone to blame. And the people are saying, well, we'll take it in our own hands then. And the people are deciding. Then my hands would really be tied. Then my hands would really be like, well, it's up to the jury's minds now. If can that happen? I think that can happen. But like I started to worry. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what if it you start messing around? You mess around this long, and now you're messing around with other people's time. You're not just messing around with my time or your time. You're messing around with everyone's time. And then you're trying to cover it up, like, oh, it'll be fine. Oh, nobody's going to want their missing time. Oh, it'll be fine. Everyone's going to love that they lost all this time. It's going to be terrific. Everyone's going to cheer, and we're going to have parades over this lost time. And we're all going to cry and sing Kumbaya together over this lost time. But again, that was like one of the worst case scenarios, you know. That was again, that's when the people are looking at the salt and pepper sugar, just salt and pepper sugar cigarette. They're looking at the working just to work off your debt, but you're not exactly having any fun with it. And they're coming to the conclusion that he's got all of this working on him, so we need to at least work something for him. You know, that would be like that conclusion, where they're like, obviously his hands are tied in many areas, and for him to even come and have time to do this area, that's also a delusion. So we'll take on it, knowing that it won't be a delusion. It'll be actual, like the monsters that he sees sometimes when he's frying his brain, because he's got potentiated insomnia. I don't know what to call it. It's not 100% insomnia, but it's like, you know, when I got, you know, stuff burning under my ass and I got to talk about it, you know, something's, you know, not letting me sleep. So like when I'm frying my brain and I haven't slept much and the monsters are coming alive because my shapes are breaking, it'll be like that, but it'll be like somebody else bringing it to the table because I didn't have the time for it. And they talk about those cows and how they're worshipped. I don't know, that was like that's a weak one. That's like a legal jargon. I'm not going to be up here for too much longer. I think I already kind of made that clear though. That was like the beginning, middle, and end boundaries. I talked about those. I did brush upon those. Not in this video, but one of the last ones. The beginning, middle, and end. I got over 4,000 of each of the rewards. This is a lot. It's a lot more chill than the tithe farming. Tithe farming, well, I need to go back to that as well. Now. It's another time, another day. We haven't even gotten one level from this. Holy smokes, this is slow. I think we made like a little bit of gold though, at least. Is that what, if that's what we're into? Actually, I think I'm just gonna find a way to just exit now.